Hey guys, how's it going? My name is NovaYGO. This is going to be my first video on YouTube for Yu-Gi-Oh! Today I'm going to be giving a deck profile of Madolches. Madolches are a great deck. They always have been. I've been playing them since Return of the Duelist. Mainly casually, but now I've started to get a bit more competitive, actually have a good list for Madolches. So this is the deck that I'm playing at the moment, currently toying around with a couple of things, but other than that, I think the deck is pretty solid. I've been doing really quite well with it, so I'll skip this and get into the deck profile. Alright guys, so I'll get into the main deck profile. So we run 3 Madolche. She's the main searcher for the deck. Basically, let's say you have a Messenger Lotto in hand, a Spell Striker in hand. You're going to want to use Madolche, get out that Mewfly. If you don't have one in your hand, you're going to use her to search for Mew, and then you're going to use Mew next turn to set up a combo. Basically what this deck does really well is you're going to want to search out the deck combos and then do that. So always run Madolche at 3. A couple of people have been recommending 2, but personally I would never do that. It's just too good of a card. It's our main searcher, Stratos of the deck. So next up we have 3 Hootcake, the OTK enabler. Hootcake needs fodder in the graveyard, which is probably one of the downfalls. Usually you will run, like a couple of hand traps, which I'll get into with my deck build a bit later, and that will help you use Hootcake to special summon Messenger Lotto. Some people actually run Croissant. Croissant's decent. If you run Messenger Lotto and you find that he clunks in your hand a lot, some builds will have that. You can use Hootcake, special summon Croissant, and then you can use Croissant, bounce Ticket back to your hand, use Ticket again, Croissant will be level 4, go into Tiara Masu. So, I mean, it's a decent option if you have already used all your Messenger Lottos. By that time, you should probably have won the match. So, I don't know. Next up, 3 Messenger Lotto. People have been toying around with Messenger Lotto at 2. I could never run Messenger Lotto at 2. I've had too many times where I've been playing, and especially if you did watch... I can't remember the guy's name, but he played at YCS Toronto. He played a Psychic Engine. Personally, not the best engine for the deck, but he ran 2 Messenger Lotto, and he found that he lost a game because he didn't have the 3rd. Always run 3. Messenger Lotto helps you get out the Field Spell and Ticket, which you need for your combos, and it helps you grind out the field. So, I mean, if you just go into, say, Mew, Messenger Lotto, use Messenger Lotto's effect to search out the field spell, or something like that. And then what will happen is you've got a 2100 beta. 2100 is a great number. Most things are around 1900 to 2000. So, or 1950 because of Evil Swarms. So Messenger Lotto will get over those. Obviously you have a dead Mew sitting on the field, but I mean, if you have anything like Spell Striker, you can use Mew, and then go into Invoker, get out that, and then, just go from there. Special summon Messenger Lotto, get Messenger Lotto's effect, go into Tiara Masu, shuffle, special summon Hootcake, you'll have Messenger Lotto, engrave, and then, I mean, you can just go off from there. So these are the 2 combo enablers as well as Hootcake. So you always have to pay, 2 or 3 of these. Next up, we've got 2 Mew. Mew is, again, great card. I only have 2 at the moment. I did test around with 3 a little bit. Mew is way too searchable with Madolche. So if you draw 2 Mews, I mean, that sets you up for 2 turns, but really you shouldn't need that, even if you're grinding out the field, because you should be able to get out Ticket, and then Ticket will just bounce Mew back to your hand. So I'm running 2 at the moment, going to test 3 soon enough. If you have any opinions on that, please let me know in the comments. We run 2 Spell Striker. Spell Striker, really good. You do run a few spells, like Dark Hole, 3 MST because of the field spell war going on with this format, Prophecies and Dragons. Dragoonities, they need that Dragon Ravine. So Running 3 MST and Reinforcement of the Army. Reinforcement of the Army gets out this, or, I mean, if you want to be retarded, you could go for Messenger Auto and then use Mufli Messenger Auto combo. So, Spell Striker, good card, rank 3, gets you into Invoker, which is probably one of the main cards that really helps this deck. 2 Card and 2 Veiler. Veiler obviously stops combos. I have a Dragoonity problem, so Effect Veiler really helps me stop that Dux to attach Phalanx, and pretty much stops a lot of rogue decks too. I mean, it stops Fire Fists and stops a few other things. 2 Card D. Card D goes to Graveyard. It's the same as Effect Veiler. You want things in the graveyard for Hoot Cake. So Card D draws you deeper into your deck. Most people should know that. And then gets things in the graveyard for Hoot Cake. Run 2 Chateau. Field Spell, you know, really necessary to run. 2 of them. Can't give really much of an explanation. Bounces your Madolche monsters instead of back to the deck, they come back to the hand. And you will see an example in a second is 2 Ticket. Now, Ticket is an excellent card. What Ticket does, and what it does for the deck, is Chateau Ticket. So Chateau will bounce them back to your hand, and then when Ticket, when that effect activates, Ticket will let you search out for a Madolche monster from your deck and add it to your hand. And the main combo is when you have Tiara Masu and you use Tiara Masu's effect to shuffle a Madolche monster back into the deck. Ticket will activate, and so will Chateau, so the monster just comes back to your hand, and Ticket will let you special summon because you have a fairy type monster. So you would use that to special summon Hoot Cake, and then you'd use Hoot Cake's effect to get out your 3rd Messenger Auto. 3 MST, as I said before, Field Spell War. You're going to want to use these quite a bit and time them well. It really stops a lot of decks, and definitely necessary to run 3. And Dark Hole, pretty self-explanatory. You should know what Dark Hole does. Clears the field, and then sets you up for combos. Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion's a great card. I mean, you can get out instant rank 3 and rank 4s. Well, not rank 3, rank 4s. Level 3, level 4, and then it helps you go into rank 3s and rank 4s. So you pay 1,000 life points, and then you special summon it, dies at the end of the turn. Doesn't really matter because you're going to be using it for rank 3s and rank 4s anyway. Usually people use Fusion as Carbonala Warrior. Personally, I only use 1 level 3. I'm never going to use it for a level 4. I have no need. Reinforcement of the Army gets you out Spell Striker, helps you get into a rank 3 Invoker, to be precise. So yeah, 1 Rotor. 2 Duality. I did test around at 3, but Special Summoning is something you rely on with this deck. It draws like bricks sometimes, so I mean, 2 Duality just helps you dig deeper. Same with Card D, so 2 of those. Now onto the traps. I run 2 Deep Prison. Helps stop Fire Kings, which is a really problematic matchup for this deck. And you do rely on establishing your field quite a bit, and just helps you, you know, get rid of things. I run it at 2. Some people don't run it at all, but personally it's one of my favorite traps in the game, and I'm glad to see that it has some viability. 2 Fiendish Chain, negate the effects of pretty much anything on the field, stop them from attacking, so you can set up nothing can run over your monsters. They shouldn't be able to anyway, especially with Messenger Auto at 2100. And then for that, you've also got other traps, other spells, you know. So run 2 Fiendish Chain, don't run 3. 3 is a bit cloggy, and you do need the space. 1 Madolche Palooza. There's basically a win condition in itself. It's a bit slow. Personally, you just set it up for next turn. A lot of people are stupid, and they'll just play into it. They'll get rid of the things on your field. You'll have Chateau and Ticket. They'll all come back to your hand. You'll get to search for another thing. So, I mean, if you know you have Madolche Palooza on the field, you just search for, you know, like Messenger Auto. Only run 1. Anything more than that is slow and not good. 2 Mirror Force. Something that's debated on a fair bit. within Madolche players, personally run 2, stops anything trying to get in your way and gets rid of problems. Bottomless, basically these are the staples: Bottomless, Solemn, Warning, Compulse, and Torrential. Just pretty much your outs to everything. Solemn is probably the thing I use the most. Compulse is good, getting rid of Draco Sack, things like that. Bottomless, again, pretty good, especially if you need to remove them and you can't just destroy them, e.g. Fire Kings. I can't even express how much of a problem that is for this deck. Especially if you can't shuffle the Garunics back, and they kind of stop your plays, so you're gonna want to get rid of them. So that's my main deck, and I think I'll just go into the extra deck now. Just a sec. So the extra deck, 2 Tiaramisu is more than enough. If you ever have one Tiaramisu die, she goes to graveyard, you can shuffle it back into your deck. It says any Madolche card. Doesn't say whether it has to be Exceed or anything like that, so you can shuffle it back into your deck. Invoker is the main combo setup. He just special summons, Messenger Lado or any beast, so it's good. Not any beast, but Beast Warrior. So Leviathan, Leviair, and Zen mains. They're your rank 3s. Zen mains for defensive. Leviair if you have banished Messenger Lado or Hoot Cake's effect. Use Leviair to get it back. More damage. Leviathan for outs to problems. Anything Messenger Lado can't get over, Leviathan will get over. Leviathan is 2500 when you detach. And I mean, detach gets things in the graveyard again for Hoot Cake. Albaditch, he puts in work. I mean, I know a lot of people don't really run him. They more want outs to skill drain. Personally, I haven't had a problem with skill drain. Obviously, I will put in some other things when I do decide to go to regionals, but this is what I'm just running at locals at the moment. Cowboy, Abyss Dweller, Maystroke, Pearl, Pappy. Pretty much the staple rank 4s for any deck. Dweller, stop things activating in graveyard. Cowboy, go for the extra 800 damage. He is an out to pretty much anything over 25 to 28. Pappy stops Redox. If they have a Redox sitting on the field, flip Redox. Redox goes down to 1000. Use something else to put in more damage. Maystroke, just something to sit on the field. Pearl, out to Ophion. Though your out to Ophion should just be Tiaramisu shuffling back into the deck. So Blade Armor Ninja, personally I find that he puts in quite a bit of work. 4400 damage, especially if they've got nothing on the field, is a big chunk. Messenger Lado chunks out 2100, so if you get 2 attacks in with Messenger Lado, then you can manage to get out Blade Armor Ninja, get that extra damage. 1 Flame Ghost. Flame Ghost obviously for instant fusion. I only run 1 instant fusion. So, I mean, just use Flame Ghost and you're not really going to use anything else because you're not going to be able to get out anything else. And Catasta, because I run Veiler, run Messenger Lado, it's an out to big monsters again. This is what this deck's really good at, weaseling out. So that concludes my deck profile. If you guys have any suggestions or want to comment on it, let me know. And thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.